Imagine you're on a tightrope above a yawning canyon. In one hand you have a stack of books, in the other a piping hot coffee. Your pockets are weighed down with responsibilities, symbolized by a buzzing smartphone. Each step is a dance with danger, and you're overwhelmed. Why do we put ourselves in these situations? Why do we heap so much onto our plate, feeling like letting go of even the smallest burden would be admitting defeat? But here's a game changer. What if I told you that lightening your load, throwing away some non-essentials, could help you walk that tightrope with grace and confidence? And the secret? Learning the transformative power of selective indifference. Now, before you jump to conclusions, I'm not advocating for apathy or ignorance. Instead, I want you to imagine the liberation of sifting through the noise, the shoulds and the musts, and finding the few things that truly matter. Today, we're tackling the clutter in our emotional space. Ready for some clarity and relief? Stay tuned. A fresh outlook awaits. You might be thinking, isn't not giving a damn a sign of apathy or neglect? But what if we told you this is actually a paradox? A paradox, in the simplest terms, is something that seems self-contradictory, but in reality expresses a possible truth. So, how does the idea of not caring about everything enable you to truly care about what's important? Imagine your focus as a spotlight. The more you spread it out, the dimmer it becomes. But when you concentrate your beam on fewer things, the light becomes intense and powerful. That's where the paradox comes into play. By choosing not to give a damn about everything, you free up mental and emotional resources to deeply care for what truly matters.
You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength.
This brings us to an interesting psychological concept, the locus of control theory. This theory suggests that individuals with an internal locus of control believe they can influence their outcomes through their own actions. They are less likely to be swayed by external events and tend to have better well-being and effectiveness. On the other hand, those with an external locus of control perceive their lives as being controlled by external forces beyond their control. They tend to stress about everything. They try to keep all balls in the air and often end up feeling overwhelmed. By shifting your focus internally to what's truly important, you move from an external locus of control to an internal one. You begin to understand that while you cannot control everything around you, you can certainly control how much emotional energy you invest in different aspects of life. To illustrate this point further, consider a situation where someone cut you off in traffic. It's easy to let anger take over and ruin your entire day over this minor incident, or should we say insignificant. But if you practice not giving a damn about such trivialities, you're able to save your energy for bigger issues, like presenting your project at work or spending quality time with loved ones.
It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters.
So here's something for you to ponder. What could change if we stopped sweating over the small stuff? How might our daily lives improve if we conserved our emotional energy for things that truly matter? Ever watched an athlete in the zone, so engrossed in their game that everything else fades into oblivion? That's emotional resilience, a core strength that empowers them to stay focused amidst chaos. A tennis player doesn't worry about the spectators, nor does a basketball star care about the cheering crowd. Their heart and soul belong to the game, and the rest is just background noise. From Serena Williams on the tennis court to Michael Jordan on the basketball court, these athletes have mastered an essential life skill. Not giving a damn about anything that doesn't serve their purpose. They are not indifferent to their surroundings. Instead, they choose where to invest their emotional energy wisely. Remember the last time you felt overwhelmed because you cared too much about everything and everyone around you? What if you could channel your inner athlete and focus only on your game? What's your game? Is it being productive at work? Building healthy relationships? Pursuing your passion for painting? Each one of us has our unique game where we want to excel. But often, we let external factors distract us from our goals. We fret over a colleague's opinion or stress about pleasing everyone around. Imagine how liberating it would be if we could filter out this external noise and prioritize our emotional investment. Your performance could elevate if you learn to care less about things that don't directly impact your game.
We are not a product of our circumstances. We are a product of our decisions.
Let's consider an example. You're preparing for a crucial presentation at work, but instead of focusing on your content, you worry about what others might think of you. Will they find you persuasive enough? Do they like your style? Now imagine ignoring these worries and focusing solely on delivering your best work. Doesn't that lift an enormous weight off your shoulders? Emotional resilience isn't about becoming indifferent. It's about selective indifference. It's learning not to give a damn about things beyond your control so that you can wholeheartedly focus on what truly matters. Imagine a situation where you're standing in a supermarket aisle, confronted by hundreds of different cereal brands. Each one is screaming for your attention with its bright packaging and persuasive claims. There's so much choice that instead of feeling empowered, you feel overwhelmed. This scenario perfectly sums up the concept of information overload. We live in an era where we are bombarded with an enormous amount of information from every direction. The constant need to stay updated with all aspects can lead to mental fatigue, decision paralysis, and ultimately prove detrimental to our well-being. This brings us to the paradox of choice. Psychologist Barry Schwartz coined this term to describe the strange phenomenon where having too many options leads to stress and confusion rather than freedom. So, when we care too much about everything around us, we end up stuck in a maze of indecision. Let's consider another scenario. Suppose you're planning a trip. You could spend hours researching the best flights, hotels, local cuisines, tourist spots, cultural etiquettes. The list is endless. Or you could opt for indifference towards these minute details and focus on the bigger picture, enjoying the experience of exploring a new place. Indifference here does not mean lack of interest or neglect. It's about simplifying choices by prioritizing what is essential and discarding what isn't. By channeling your energy toward fewer but more meaningful things, you liberate yourself from unnecessary worries and enhance your overall experience. Now take a moment to reflect. Are you spreading yourself too thin by caring about trivial matters? Are there things that drain your energy but do not add substantial value to your life? If yes, it might be time to reevaluate and readjust your focus. Remember, it's not about being careless but about being selective in what you care about. It's about taking control of your mental space and not letting it be cluttered by inconsequential matters. As we delve into these ideas, it's vital to clarify that emotional detachment and practical indifference are not the same thing. Their nature, purpose, and influence on our lives vary distinctly. Emotional detachment often refers to a state of tranquility and peace at the spiritual level. It's about not allowing our emotions, especially negative ones like anger, anxiety, or resentment, to sway or control us. This type of detachment is not about dismissing or ignoring emotions. Instead, it's about recognizing them without allowing them to guide our reactions and decisions. A Zen monk once offered this wisdom: the secret of happiness is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. This neatly encapsulates the essence of emotional detachment, finding satisfaction in simplicity and tranquility. Conversely, practical indifference is a more grounded concept. It doesn't concern itself with inner peace or spiritual enlightenment. Instead, it centers on wisely managing our attention and emotional investment. Think about this. We only have a finite amount of energy each day. If we decide to overly concern ourselves with every minor issue that comes our way, we could be emotionally exhausted before the day is out. So being practically indifferent means making informed decisions about where we place our focus and emotional energy. Consider this proposition. What if you had a mental checklist that assists you in determining what truly deserves your attention? What if you reminded yourself each morning to invest only in matters that align with your personal values and goals? Wouldn't that help clear some mental clutter? Wouldn't that free up more energy for things that genuinely matter? Remember, life is too short to waste on things that don't enrich your life, so why not start crafting your own checklist today? In the vast tapestry of interpersonal relationships, we often find ourselves entangled in trivial matters. Is it worth arguing about who should have done the dishes? Or should you be concerned about your friend's opinion on your fashion style? The answer lies in selective indifference. Consider this. If you've spent emotional energy worrying about every disagreement or criticism, how much is left for the things that truly matter? Here's the twist. Not giving a damn about petty issues can actually lead to healthier relationship dynamics. How so, you might ask? The secret lies in the power of letting go. When we cease to care about trivialities, we focus on fostering understanding, empathy, and deep connections. We create space for meaningful conversations and shared experiences that strengthen our bonds with others.
Sometimes letting things go is an act of far greater power than defending or hanging on.
Let's look at an example from a real-life scenario. Imagine a couple arguing about mundane household chores. Instead of escalating into a heated argument, what if one person decided not to care about who was right or wrong? This doesn't mean they neglect their responsibilities or dismiss their partner's concerns. It simply means they're choosing not to allow minor issues to strain their relationship. So instead of stewing over trivial matters, they address the situation with love and understanding. They discuss how they can share these responsibilities more equitably in the future without blaming each other. By not giving a damn about winning an argument, they've effectively diffused a potential conflict and turned it into an opportunity for growth and compromise. Now, let's bring this back to you. Think about your relationships, be it personal or professional. How would they improve if you applied this principle of not giving a damn about minor issues? Would it open up more space for understanding and deeper connections? Remember, deciding where to invest your emotional energy can be key to healthier and happier relationships. So next time you find yourself caught up in trivial matters, ask yourself, is this worth giving a damn about? Let's circle back to the beginning, where the power of not giving a damn was introduced as an empowering concept. Remember, it's not about apathy or neglect. It's about focusing on what matters and letting go of what doesn't. Not giving a damn is not about being indifferent to everything. It's about being indifferent to the things that don't matter. This is the unexpected power we've explored today, the power of selective focus. By choosing where you invest your emotional energy, you can enhance your well-being and effectiveness. Wouldn't it be refreshing to let go of trivialities and focus on what truly matters? Consider how this principle could reshape your relationships, decision-making process, and overall life perspective. You might just find that not giving a damn in the right way can lead to empowerment, peace, and productivity. If this new perspective resonated with you, consider subscribing to our channel for more insights into life's paradoxes and challenges. Remember, we're here to help navigate life using the wisdom of the ages to modern insights to answer those big questions. So here's one final question. Are you ready to wield the unexpected power of not giving a damn, to shift your focus towards what truly matters in your life? Let us know in the comments. We hope you've enjoyed our video. Thank you for watching.